Many, if not most, classrooms were set up so that the teacher seemed to be a manager who wanted her students to do their work, produce products like the factory model.
I would be willing to bet that any one of us, regardless of our position and location, would be able to walk the halls of our schools and find several classrooms practicing this model, maybe even our own. From time to time, we may find ourselves focusing on rote memorization, transfer acquisition of knowledge, in which the teacher is expert and the student is an empty vessel. We know this isn't effective in our 21st century society, so why do we do it? Power and privilege in the learning sciences requires educators to constantly fight lazy pedagogy that reproduces power structures. It says that good learning aims at what we are in the process of knowing, joint responsibility for process in which we all grow. There have been some efforts to make the classroom more student centered and less transfer acquisition centered. For example, the quote unquote hot new thing are Kagan discussion strategies, which push all students to participate, but in an orderly, preordained structure that is still led and prompted by the teacher. We're making some progress, but it's too slow to meet our increasingly urgent need for student agency, voice, and leadership in the classroom. One answer might come from a completely unsurprising place, or should I say person, Socrates.
Socrates. Hey, we know that name.
Modeled after Socrates' style of teaching, in which he asked his students questions in order to discover misconceptions or where thinking it was falling apart, and also to give them the space to verbalize their own opinions and thoughts and come to conclusions on their own. Socratic seminars are formal discussions that are based around a given text or topic in which open ended questions are asked in order for students to listen closely to the comments of others, to think critically for themselves, and to articulate their own thoughts and their responses to the thoughts of others. For thousands of years, we've known this model, and yet we continue to kill the creativity, curiosity, and love of learning out of our students. It is time to change the structures of our classrooms, to put the responsibility of creating a shared knowledge on students through meaningful discussion in which students direct themselves, assign their own roles, hold each other accountable, reflect on their strategies and thinking, and own the learning in the room. With simple restructuring of the classroom, shared expectations for open dialogue, and supports of sentence and question stems, we can truly transform our classrooms into student centered and student driven.